Now that you've registered for the PDMP, this video will show you how to do some basic functions and how we point out some things to look for when patients are on opioids. How to calculate morphine milligram equivalents, MME, or morphine equivalent dose, MED. How to check for co-prescribing of opioids and benzodiazepines. How to check if naloxone has been prescribed. How to check for multiple prescribers, possible doctor shopping. We also point you to some helpful websites with resources and tools for treating pain. Special thanks to Dr. Paul Coelho for helping create this video. This is the main login page for the PDMP. Most browsers will offer to save your login and password, so all you need to do is hit the login button once you've registered. When you log in, you'll see this page. To do a patient search, move the cursor to the Menu tab and select Patient Request. On the Patient Request screen, fill in the patient's first and last name and date of birth, then hit the Search button. If the patient is a new resident of the state and has PDMP files in other states, you can fill in their current zip code to narrow your search. This screen shows all the prescriptions up to the end of March 2018. Note that the PDMP does display an MME calculation, but we strongly recommend that you don't depend on this, as the prescription time period variations can generate misleading MME amounts. We suggest that you select a month period, or the month of March in this case. The daily dose column shows the MME for opioid prescriptions. The total for this patient is 160 MME. Note that the CDC guidelines recommend a maximum of 90 MME and recommend 50 MME as a safer dose. Also note that this patient is prescribed benzodiazepines. CDC guidelines state that concurrent prescribing of opioids and benzodiazepines poses a serious risk for the patient. At the end of this video, we have some links to suggested alternatives for benzodiazepines. You can also create and download a PDF version of the patient's 12-month file. Click on the Download PDF icon. When the PDF is created, it will appear as an icon at the top of the screen. Click on this to download the file to your computer. When you open the PDF, it will look like this. Note that the MED has been calculated for you as indicated by the red arrow. This section of the PDF report shows a prescription for nasal naloxone. CDC guidelines recommend co-prescribing naloxone for any patients on greater than or equal to 50 MED. When the patient fills the prescription, it will be reported on the PDMP. It's a good idea to emphasize to patients to fill their naloxone prescriptions and bring them to clinic so that a family member or caregiver can be trained in how to administer the medication. Scroll to the bottom of the PDF file to determine how many prescribers the patient has had in the prior year. 4 or more prescribers are a concern, as it may indicate doctor shopping. A very important feature of the PDMP is patient alerts. The red arrow at the top of the screen indicates where to access the patient alerts screen. The patient alerts are triggered for all your patients who exceed thresholds that indicate a patient safety concern. Here's a sample patient alerts screen. Note that the first patient has alerts for daily active MME and daily active methadone. Clicking on the MME alert brings up this screen. And clicking on the daily active methadone alert brings up this screen. You should review your patient alerts regularly. Now, we'd like to show you some helpful website resources and tools. The Oregon Health Authority Prescription Drug Overdose Project has funded the development of a state resource, www.oregonpainguidance.org. This website has treatment guidelines for most types of pain and different patient populations, screening tools, state and regional resources, and a new state MED calculator, which you can find under the Tools tab. Then click on the MED Morphine Equivalent Dose Calculator. This also works on mobile devices. In summary, Here are a list of website resources that you may find helpful. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.